Psalm 19 in a pair. I met Schrodinger's cat the other day. At a gas station, I heard it trapped in the dumpster. It was a lot. we store run. That's it. Yep.
May we pray. God of all creation, unlock and reveal to us the secrets and sage memories of your wisdom so that we can draw forth the strength of our true being to withstand the turbulence of the crazy times in which we live. Show us how to navigate these human landscapes anchored in courage, strength, truth, compassion, and love. Reinforce our faith of your unwavering presence, ever guiding and ever knowing. Help us keep our hearts open when the gifts of challenge are left at our doors. Thank you for the gift of the inner strength that you have given to the classes of 2020 and 2021. How you have found them swiftly and how you showed the ways of your Spirit for them to persevere. Thank you for the gift of resilience in those moments of life when we are laid bare, thrashed against the rocks and disoriented by confusion. God, in the future, give all who are gathered here the resilience to not recoil from the lessons before them, but to rise up and immerse themselves in the power of inevitable change and transformation. And so, Lord, we stand before you now without fear, because your divine voice is our compass. And it is without question that our faith in you and ourselves in all of life bids us to move forward, unafraid, undaunted, and valiant to the wisdom your resilience propounds within us on behalf of each other. And we lift this prayer to you in your holy name. Amen.
Good morning and welcome to the 127th commencement of Millsaps College. It is a beautiful day. Oh, I'm sorry, you should be seated at this point. My name is Jay Lindsay. I have the honor of serving as the chair of the Board of Trustees of Millsaps College, and it's my great pleasure to greet the entire Millsaps community, students, parents, families, faculty, staff, alumni, and guests, whether you're joining us remotely or whether you're here in person to this very special event. Today we'll be recognizing graduates from the class of 2021, as well as members of the class of 2020. Last May, when we conducted a virtual 126th commencement online, I asked you to join me in looking forward to brighter days and a reaffirmation of the very personal and supportive character of the Millsaps experience. The year since then has tested that character in ways unlike any other time in the college's history. Another test. But as we turn the corner to those brighter days, let me offer special thanks to those members of the faculty, the staff, the coaches who have helped us and worked so hard to weather an unprecedented year. And I'd also like to express my appreciation to the students and to the families for your flexibility and understanding as we've navigated these very unusual circumstances. Today, as we observe the in-person commencement of Millsaps College, we do celebrate the special character of this place, and we congratulate the students who have reached a very special juncture in your lives. But in another sense, we affirm our perseverance in the face of obstacles and our resilience in reaching this point in time. We've demonstrated our commitment to this school and to our mission, and the fortitude to overcome temporary setbacks. In fact, our presence here today in this time-honored tradition reinforces the solid foundations of the Millsaps experience. First, we firmly uphold the values that have not simply endured, but that set worthy standards for ourselves and for our community. We recognize the unwavering purpose that guides everything that Millsaps does and stands for. And as always, we celebrate the graduates' completion of a transformative education that bridges heart and mind, spirit and reason. Certainly a unique gift from this college. Members of the classes of 2021 and 2020, during your time at the college, you may have been athletes or artists, scientists or linguists, believers or skeptics, or most likely some combination of those. But today, you all share the distinction of being a Millsaps graduate. What you've achieved is significant, all the more so in the face of such unusual circumstances. You are well equipped, whether you're dealing with obstacles or opportunities, with the skills you've been building throughout your time at Millsaps, to look critically, to think independently, and to act meaningfully. So, graduates, our hope for you is that you remain seekers and doers with the positive energy of youth, and even more important, that you go forth as careful observers, good listeners, and insightful questioners. We're confident that you'll be involved citizens who value the balance between old and new, who reject simplistic or one-dimensional answers, and who actively work towards common respect among each other, in our society and in the world. Those traits are more important today than ever before in our country. Millsaps College is proud of all of you graduates and in its role in bringing you to this point in your lives. The trustees have a strong belief in the people and mission and character that define Millsaps, which is well represented by all of you. Your promise and your achievements give us such optimism for what the future will bring. And on behalf of the Board of Trustees, I congratulate each of you and wish all of you the very, very best. Let me now introduce my friend and colleague, the president of Millsaps College, Rob Perigin.
Thank you, Chairman Lindsay. We're grateful for your presence today and appreciate your return to campus from New York for this special occasion. Millsaps College benefits greatly from your leadership of the Board of Trustees, and I'm personally thankful for your wise counsel and your warm friendship, never more so than over the course of this past year when I leaned on you often. So thank you for everything you do for Millsaps. Well, what a difference a year makes. Last May, I addressed the class of 2020 on a beautiful spring morning in the Bowl. The sky was clear and a gorgeous shade of blue. Birds were singing, squirrels were scampering around the lawn and the trees. It was a stunningly beautiful morning, except for the fact that I was addressing not a crowd of graduates and their families. I was standing alone behind this podium, speaking to a video camera with only a handful of colleagues participating and providing technical assistance for a virtual commencement. It was an experience I will never forget, and one I pray we never have to repeat. We did, in fact, celebrate the class of 2020 that morning, reading every student's names, congratulating award winners, conferring degrees on the graduates. But missing was the pomp and circumstance, the music and processions, the speeches of our graduates, the tossing of caps, and hugs and handshakes. My remarks last May centered around the theme of order and disorder, of how those forces impact our lives in constant dialectical struggle with each other, and yet still find common ground that supports the delicate balance of all things. A year later, I believe we are finding that balance more and more every day. As science has provided us with vaccines to help battle the scourge of the COVID pandemic, as we begin to return to a sense of normalcy while maintaining a sense of caution, as we slowly lift our focus from what's been to what lies ahead. This morning, as we celebrate the success of our graduates and the happiness of their families, the dichotomy finds hope triumphing over anxiousness and sadness replaced by joy. So here we are, gathered to celebrate the class of 2021, and I'm very happy to say members of the class of 2020 who have returned for this special event. We honor you all, and we join in praising your accomplishments and status as graduates of Millsaps College. Today I feel a keen sense of gratitude, and that sense is so broad and deep that I'm not certain how to adequately put it into words. I'm grateful for our students who not only endured the past year of virtual learning in the restrictive atmosphere of a global pandemic on a college campus, but also made it through the months of February and March when snow and ice combined to bring down the city's water system. I'm grateful for our students' resilience, hard work, and academic success. I'm grateful for our student athletes who diligently trained during a prolonged off-season and then represented Millsaps so well in abbreviated but meaningful competition. I'm grateful for the SBA leadership who zoomed their way through their responsibilities this year and then last week got dressed up, joined Phoebe and me at the president's home for dinner, celebrated their experience as leaders at Millsaps, and inducted the new leadership team. And not once that night did I hear the word COVID mentioned. I'm grateful for the countless times a student said to me, as I attempted to apologize for mask restrictions and no running water, students would say, "It's okay. It's not your fault. We appreciate what everyone is doing to make this work." They said, "We're fine." I'll never forget those words of encouragement and support from you, our outstanding, extraordinary students. I'm also grateful for our faculty who constantly adapted to new challenges of teaching and finding the point of equilibrium between virtual and in-person classes while remaining dedicated to their students and their professional disciplines. Never more so than this year have our faculty demonstrated a commitment to the core academic mission of Millsaps and to the success of our college and our students. I'm grateful for our staff, for their dedication to supporting the day-to-day operations and business of the institution, from working to ensure the safest living and learning conditions possible, to being on campus literally around the clock in difficult circumstances that none of us could have predicted, to coaching our student athletes in the strangest of conditions, to demonstrating time and time again a can-do spirit and a commitment to the institution, to our students, and our families. Everyone, students, faculty, and staff, held strong through this year, keeping the spirit of Millsaps alive and successful when many institutions folded their tents, sequestered their students, and chose to wait it out rather than counterattack. That's not what majors do. I'm forever grateful. Today I also feel a sense of optimism and hope for the future of this special place. There's much for us to celebrate. The success of our students, which has remained constant through the challenges, and continues to stand as a beacon to others that Millsaps is a place that provides a world-class educational foundation on which to elevate individual talents and skills. We can also celebrate the prospect of a large class of incoming students this fall, likely to be one of the largest classes in the last decade, and what the journey these students will begin in the fall means for them and for the college. And we could celebrate a year of very generous giving to Millsaps as we enjoy new levels of financial support from our friends across the country. From individual donations to the Millsaps Annual Fund to the largest scholarship gift of its kind in the history of the college, the Jim and Mary Sharp Rayner Endowment that will provide significant financial aid to future students. People are investing in the work of this place and of what we do here. That investment, whether it's $200 or $2 million, is clear evidence that our alumni, parents, and friends are optimistic about our Millsaps and hopeful for our future. The writer of the book of Hebrews describes hope as a sure and steady anchor of the soul. Hope has been and will continue to be an anchor of our souls and a gift that keeps optimism alive and flourishing. Building on all of this is a profound sense of promise that we are about to begin an exciting new chapter in the life of the college. As we have faced head-on the challenges of a global pandemic in the natural world, we have also embarked on a strategic planning process that focuses on our learning and living, our location, and our legacy. Each of these elements is strong on its own, but we're working to knit them together in a fabric that will support the college and our students for years to come. And today, I have a belief in the graduates of the classes of 2020 and 2021. A belief shared with every class, but perhaps a little stronger here today, that because of what you have endured, because of what you have accomplished in the past year, you will take the college's vision statement to a new and higher level. That statement reads in part, Millsaps engages students in a transformative learning and leadership experience that results in personal and intellectual growth, commitment to good citizenship in our global society, and desire to succeed and make a difference in every community they touch. You will, no doubt, succeed and make a positive difference in every community you touch. This past month, on April 10th, a former president of Millsaps passed away. Dr. Edward Collins was a graduate of the college and taught here for several years before being named as president in 1970, a role he held for the next 7 years. I was pleased to know Dr. Collins and to consider him a friend. He never lost his love for his alma mater. After Dr. Collins died, I went back and read his inaugural address, a speech he titled, "But This Shall Be Your Path," inspired by a poem written by a Swedish economist and diplomat, Dag Hammarskjöld. In his remarks, Dr. Collins stressed the importance of searching for and finding our own individual paths of innovation and courage, of daring to view education as something to be experienced rather than simply sharing of information, of holding tight to our convictions in difficult times, and of building something new and profound with one's life. He noted the value of being an original, commenting that when you imitate, the highest place you can reach is second. None of you here today, as a graduate of Millsaps College, will be leaving with the goal of imitation. While we are proud of the imprimatur that Millsaps has stamped on you, each of you is an original, challenged in the classroom, and strengthened like never before by circumstances beyond it. It is your distinct, profound, and promising originality that we celebrate today. May God bless you as we send you forth, transformed, with a high sense of honor, a desire to be worthy citizens and leaders, an abiding devotion to your alma mater, and a commitment, indeed a determination, to make the world a better place. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Perigin. My name is Keith Dunn, and it's my honor to serve as Provost and Dean of the College. I'm pleased to introduce a student whose performance over 4 years reflects the highest standards of the college. The Founders Medal is presented to the graduating senior who has the highest grade point average for the entire course of study completed at Millsaps College. Please join me in welcoming our Founders Medalist for 2021, Leslie Hannah Norris. Leslie, will you please come forward? Bachelor of Arts in Communication Studies and recipient of multiple awards at Millsaps: the Bishop's Medal, Communication Studies Award, Darby Ray Souls Afire Award, Theodore H. Adoro Award, and the Lewis and Rife Award. Named to Who's Who at Millsaps and inducted into Phi Beta Kappa. Leslie has drawn high praise from her professors. Dr. Michael Pickard, Assistant Professor of English and the E.B. Stewart Family Professor in Language and Literature, writes that Leslie is not only a promising scholar, but also a future leader of great skill. She does all the small things that the best students do. She comes to class prepared, she welcomes conversation, she develops her own points of view while remaining open to other perspectives. She writes with nuance, she meets deadlines, and she does not make excuses. Her fundamental competence and kindness puts others at ease. Dr. Eric Griffin, Janice B. Trimble Professor and Chair of English and also Director of our Latin American Studies program, has equally high praise for Leslie. Dr. Griffin taught Leslie in 2 different courses and shared that what impressed me most about Leslie beyond her characteristic diligence and positive attitude was her intellectual generosity, which figured in 2 important ways. First, Leslie really listened. However vaguely her classmates might be working to express their thoughts, her ears were open to them. Leslie always strove to discern the substance behind their partially formulated expressions of resistance, discomfort, or even their overenthusiasm. Second, whether engaging in a short story by Eudora Welty or Toni Morrison, or exploring classical critical paradigms, economic or psychological determinism, or more contemporary theories emphasizing issues in race and gender, I never once heard Leslie speak dismissively of an artist, a critic, or a classmate's opinion of the same. And her written work never failed to engage serious issues in a thoughtfully serious manner. Though she clearly possesses and lives by her own convictions, Leslie always recognizes that there might be something to gain by weighing seriously perspectives other than her own. High praise indeed. A native of Hoover, Alabama, Leslie not only made her mark in academics, but in athletics as well as a leader of the Millsaps softball team. She was named to the SAA Academic Honor Roll each year from 2018 to 2020. Please join me in welcoming our Founders Medalist for 2021, Leslie Hannah Norris.
Good morning, everyone. Happy graduation. Wow, what a day. I must admit, having to all be up and ready this morning at 7:30 a.m. was a challenge for me. Honestly, when we got the commencement weekend schedule and I saw the time, my stomach dropped a little bit. But even though I do love sleeping late, and I can promise you that will never change, I also have to say I've actually appreciated some of the early morning PCR tests, workouts, and meetings this year. I realized that being forced to get out of bed hours before I would prefer, in turn gave me more time to take everything in at the special place with special people around me. This year, I spent more time than ever before pausing and taking in the moment. Whether it was due to having my eyes closed and sleeping in, or rushing myself to check off certain tasks and just going through the motions, I hated to miss any of my fleeting time as a Millsaps student. As a result of this intentionality, I now have some of my fondest memories, and my spirit has been completely filled with gratitude. There were numerous challenges we all stood up against for the past few years, but especially this year. And the majority of these challenges that we beat in order to stand here today weren't even related to or isolated to this campus. I'm sure the citywide water crisis, for one, has already crossed your mind. However, setting our minds and hearts on gratitude and intentional presence in the moment is extremely powerful. There is empowerment that comes from controlling your thoughts and having the discipline to remain positive. There is empowerment that comes from putting off a little homework every now and then for something more meaningful. There's empowerment that comes from putting your cell phone away for an extended period of time. And there's empowerment that comes from being slow, empathetic, and conscious of the world around you. There is empowerment that comes from explicitly communicating love and appreciation to your friends and family, although it may be awkward, and it's easy to assume that they already understand. I know, I just said to put down your phone sometimes, and now I'm saying basically to FaceTime your mom, but I don't think that's necessarily a contradiction. I think it's just balance. I just noticed recently how much this Millsaps sense of empowerment is evident in my life. One of our incredible chaplains here, Reverend Joey Shelton, talked to my parents after a softball game this year, and it got brought up how painfully timid I was growing up. Joey could not believe I was once such an introverted person. It was true, though. Before Millsaps, I was always the shy sister, teammate, and friend. And don't get me wrong, there's nothing wrong at all with being shy. I still tend to be introverted, and I believe there is empowerment that comes from being a meek observer and listener. But I'm saying when I was younger, I saw someone I recognized in public, I would literally get in so much trouble for actually running the other way. I continually struggled with confidence, feeling like I fit in, and being able to just let go and enjoy things. I didn't even want to come to Millsaps at first. It was way too far out of my comfort zone for so many reasons. But obviously, here I am now, not only a Millsaps graduate like you all, but someone with an entirely different understanding of myself, of life, and of the community and world around me. I feel an unexplainable assurance in this time of transition. For the first time in my life, I'm not nervously and compulsively calculating every move with the crippling fear of falling short. I'm leaning into relationships and recognizing that I cannot do it all by myself. None of us can. I'm centering myself in gratitude and making myself take things one moment at a time. I am so glad that this conversation with Joey took place, because his shocked reaction to our stories led me to consider my past in a new light. It had been such a long time since I've remembered all these things, and you know, sometimes all it takes is an outside perspective to notice how significant gradual changes really are. I'm saying all of this to incite a time of reflection on your own personal stories so you can see, maybe even for the first time, that you are a better person all around today than you were even yesterday. I'm here to be the outside perspective that helps you see that you have come far and that you truly have something to offer this world. You have something to say, and you have the wisdom to discern when not to say anything. You are thoroughly prepared and equipped for the next step in front of you. I am so impressed by the way our class has been molded and shaped during our time together, and we all have shared in enough to where we can claim this empowerment that Millsaps as an institution and community has offered to us, all together. I have been so touched, inspired, and empowered by simply growing mutually alongside all of you, and I look forward to crossing paths with you again. After all, I feel like I can't go anywhere in a Millsaps shirt without someone stopping me and saying that they, or their kids, or their parent, or their cousin went to Millsaps. It's a small world, and it's surprising to me how many people's journeys have run through this place. Although I am absolutely devastated to see our time living here come to a close, the second best thing to being a Millsaps student is being a Millsaps alum. And I have faith we will experience startling amounts of growth as alumni too. So here's to all that led us to this moment, and here's to being thankful, intentional, wise, empathetic, and empowered neighbors and friends from this day forward. Thank you. Thank you so much. Okay.
In keeping with our focus today on student excellence and to acknowledge the important role that writing plays in our curriculum, we recognize the recipient of this year's Frank and Rachel Ann Laney Award. The Laney Award is given to the graduating senior who has written the finest essay reflecting the value of a Millsaps liberal arts education. The winning paper will be required reading for incoming first-year students and new faculty this fall. The award was established in honor of Frank and Rachel Ann Laney as a tribute to their commitment to excellence in higher education. At this time, I would ask the finalists for this year's Laney Award to please stand where you are and remain standing as I call out your names. The finalists for the 2021 Laney Award are Laban Blakeney, Andrew Bird, Beth Dowdy, Derek Dupuy, Nicholas Hayes, Heather Hembry, Lauren Ladner, Candace McKenzie, Mackenzie Moffett, and Ray Switzer. Please give all our finalists a round of applause. Be seated. As I invite this year's Laney Award winner to the stage, I will read a few excerpts from their honest and confident essay entitled Compass Curriculum, an Irregular Ode. Lauren Marie Ladner, will you please come forward to receive the 2021 Laney Award? Compass Curriculum, an Irregular Ode. I'm not sure what I thought I'd learn at Millsaps, but mostly I wanted me to stop being a pronoun and finally become something I owned. Thinking and reasoning. We learned about Plato early, I remember. Ted Ammon's PowerPoint-assisted lecture on the allegory of the cave and the lofty readings that tried to describe the ideal. I loathed philosophy then, still do, and yet I return to that allegory now in an attempt to illustrate what Millsaps has done for me. That is, it dragged me, kicking and screaming, from the cave into this world outside that I cannot unknow even if I try. Sometimes this world suits me, especially when I can debate states' rights intellectually with my father and win. But the times when this new world burnt my cave-pallid skin large loom in my memory. I cannot unknow Dr. Bowley's lecture on the Holocaust. A single candle alone in the hall, all other lights snuffed out. No notes needed. Our witness alone sufficed. Problem solving and creative practice. In this outcome, I think I've grown the most. A true surprise. Studying voice and piano fosters creativity. Although this didn't come with without countless hours spent in a practice room alone. It is so difficult. If I had known ahead of time exactly how much work it took to learn a piece and then perform at the collegiate level, I would have developed some sort of practice ethic before I came. Did you think I'd say I'd quit? I'm a musician. We just try until it sticks. I recall when I first made my own musical decision. It was Chopin. I added rubato. I played it once and then again, repeated until I exclaimed, "That's good." In my lesson, Dr. Hurd commented, "That's new. Let's keep that there." I had never felt more validated. My intro to management class taught me about synergy. Synergy doesn't exist just because two people are more than one. Creativity thrives in collaboration, increasing efficiency and morale. I never dreamed our business school would affirm my own career choice. Integrative and collaborative learning. It's finally time to sing the praises of Millsaps choirs. In singers, I experienced the ultimate synergy, 25 voices raised for the close of Herbert Howell's Nunc Dimittis. Chamber singers, our auditioned ensemble of 12, was and is and will always be my Millsaps family. The next phase of my life, and if you're curious, sometimes I think I do own me, or at least I'm getting pretty close. There's still work to be done, both academic and internal, but I can say with confidence that Millsaps has given me the tools I need to carry on. Please help me congratulate Lauren Ladner. It's now my privilege, on behalf of Dr. Kim Burke, Dean of the Ell School of Management, to acknowledge two of this year's most outstanding graduate students. The Outstanding Master of Accountancy Award for 2021 goes to James Benjamin Rimmer. Unfortunately, James is unable to be with us today, but I am proud to share a bit about his story. James earned his accounting degree from Millsaps in 2013, after which he enlisted in the United States Army and served as a Green Beret for 7 years. He continues his service today through his work with the FBI. He returned to Millsaps to earn his Master of Accountancy because of his familiarity with our distinguished program and faculty. James's professors and colleagues have admired his dedication to his studies and his quiet, confident leadership. Congratulations, James, and thank you for your service to Millsaps and to our country. Let's congratulate James. The Charles Sewell Award is presented each year to the outstanding MBA graduate. This year's recipient is Nicholas Peltier, who, like James, is unfortunately not able to be with us today. A native of East Sawtucket, New York, Nick graduated with distinction from Clarkson University in 2018 with a BS in Mechanical and Aeronautical Engineering. He has been a part-time student, taking 6 hours a semester since he started and maintaining a perfect 4.0 grade point average. Dr. Blakely Fender, Professor of Economics, J. Armistead Brown Chair of Business Administration, and Director of the Millsaps EMBA and MBA programs, shared the following about Nick. He is exactly the kind of student we want in the MBA program. He is curious and participatory in class and always prepared. Dr. Ray Grubbs noted that Nick was recognized as a leader in group activities, always diligently pursuing group goals, and always lending a helping and encouraging hand when needed. Nick was a pleasure to teach. I know that wherever Nick goes next, he will definitely be prepared to succeed. The L School of Management is pleased to recognize Nick Peltier as the Charles Sewell Outstanding Master of Business Administration graduate for 2021. Let's congratulate Nick. Each spring, the college recognizes many of its students at the Awards Day Assembly. The Millsaps chapters of Phi Beta Kappa and Beta Gamma Sigma, two of the most prestigious academic honoraries in the nation, also elect members from the graduating class. At this time, we would like to call your attention to the Honors and Awards page in your program and to recognize those graduates who were so honored. Will the Phi Beta Kappa and the Beta Gamma Sigma members please stand to be recognized? Phi Beta Kappa, Beta Gamma Sigma. Thank you. One final student award remains. At this time, I call on Demi Brown, Dean of Students, to confer the 2021 Fortenberry Award. Demi?
Good morning. Like most institutions of higher education, Millsaps has its icons, people who throughout the history of the institution have left indelible marks on its climate and culture. You'll hear the names of those outstanding individuals attached to various recognitions over the course of any given academic year. As you attend Founders Day, Awards Day, and Commencement, please pay attention to the names on the awards. These honors not only provide us with an opportunity to recognize the accomplishments of the recipients, but they connect the recipients and all of us to our heritage. As a member of the Millsaps community, I think we should regularly ask ourselves, what is it that binds us to this special place? Part of that answer lies in the recognition that we are bonded to a legacy of human excellence, anchored in the work and leadership of people like the Reverend Ed King, Dr. T.W. Lewis, Dr. Darby Ray, and many others. If you do not know one or more of the people that I just named, feel free and without shame to ask other community members about them. You are a part of a long line of people with a simple goal of making the world a better place for all of us. Another of our icons is the Reverend Dr. Don Fortenberry, who served as college chaplain for 32 years. Reverend Fortenberry set the foundation for what is currently our mission for civic and community engagement. And it's a privilege for us to partner with him in bestowing the award named in his honor. Thank you, Reverend Fortenberry. And Dr. Fortenberry, Reverend, is with us today, and I'd like to invite him to stand for a moment so we can recognize him. The Fortenberry Award is unlike any other award. The criterion that qualifies a leader for the Fortenberry title is uniquely shaped to reflect Don's exceptional work while anticipating no remembrance, no recognition, and no remittance. Though only one student leader can be a recipient of this award, many were nominated and considered. The breadth and depth of the selfless service provided by all these nominees make the work of the selection committee extremely challenging. It is my pleasure to announce this year's winner of the Fortenberry Award is Leslie Hannah Norris. Leslie, please join me on the stage. Here are some of the words from the Reverend Dr. Joey Shelton, Dean of the Chapel and Director of Church Relations, regarding this year's Fortenberry Award recipient. Leslie Norris operates her life in the mold of Don Fortenberry. Like Dr. Fortenberry, Leslie constantly sees possibilities amid challenges, the good in each person, never afraid to respectfully ask the hard question, quietly and humbly meeting the needs of others, a non-anxious presence you can depend on. Leslie's parents say that upon entering Millsaps, Leslie was introverted and unassuming. Over the course of her Millsaps tenure, she found her voice, honed her many talents, embraced her giftedness, and discerned her vocational call in the service of God and people. Just like the way she played softball for the majors, scrappy, diligent, team-oriented, she pursues fulfillment of her life for herself and others with a boundless energy and a love that exhibits the best in humanity. The 19th recipient of the Fortenberry Award, Communication Studies major with minors in Christian Studies, Creative Writing, and Vocation Ethics and Society, member of Phi Eta Sigma, Sigma Lambda, Omicron Delta Kappa, Theta Alpha Kappa, Lambda Phi Eta, and Phi Beta Kappa, outstanding outfielder and base stealer on the softball team, and most recently, of course, winner of the Founders Medal, Leslie Norris. Leslie, thank you for your willingness to always do what needed to be done, grounded in gratitude and joy of being in service to your fellow students, and a thankful faculty and staff. You humble us with your quiet servant leadership, doing what matters, making others feel seen, heard, and loved. Moving in humility and in grace, you truly represent every intent of the Don Fortenberry Award. Congratulations.
I am now pleased to announce the award for the 2021 Millsaps College Distinguished Professor. The award recognizes faculty members who inspire students through their excellence as teachers and whose writing and research are of the highest quality and serve to enhance their teaching and their students' learning. We at Millsaps, students, faculty, and staff alike, are fortunate to work with individuals who represent the very best in their respective fields. Each year, the selection of this award presents a challenge because of the scholarship and accomplishments of our faculty. This year's honoree exemplifies in so many ways the value that faculty bring not only to Millsaps, but to our individual students. This year's distinguished professor shows a remarkable breadth and depth of scholarly excellence, including peer-reviewed publications, collaborative research projects, grants, awards, honors, lectures and presentations, professional activities, and years of selfless institutional service to Millsaps College. Here on campus, students receive this professor's full attention. A nominator wrote that this professor is a dedicated teacher in the classroom who spends more time preparing courses and lectures than anyone in the division. This professor is in constant demand across the street and around the globe for their research and expertise. In the words of one colleague, this professor's research activity and productivity take on even more importance for Millsaps with their routine inclusion of our undergraduate students as true collaborators in important and influential professional scholarly projects. The program is one model I hold up to colleagues at other institutions across the country for successful undergraduate research initiatives. Another colleague also notes that this professor always creates opportunities for students to be included in the experiential learning process outside of the classroom. Students have raved about their experience, says this nominator. Some have gone on to participate at conferences, others have delivered presentations, and one presented a grant-winning talk. Perhaps the impact of this individual's work is most simply summed up by noting that they remain squarely focused on transforming the lives and careers of our students in all they do. As a scholar, this professor literally wrote the textbook, helping to drive an important shift toward inclusion of voices and experiences in our understanding of ancient civilizations that are often excluded from historical analysis. for being one of Millsaps' most productive scholars, for developing a program that enriches the lives and opportunities for our students as they together strive to better understand and document the everyday lives and graffiti of ancient peoples in Herculaneum and Pompeii, and for a remarkable legacy of excellence in scholarship and teaching. I am proud to present the 2021 Distinguished Professor Award to Dr. Holly Sipniewski. Congratulations to all our award winners. I would like to ask the winners of the Founders Medal, the Laney Award, the Fortenberry Award, and the Distinguished Professor Award to gather by the Wingate Center for Photographs immediately following commencement. And now for the moment we've all been waiting for. Will the graduates with bachelor's degrees following the spring and fall 2020 terms please rise? Welcome home. President Perigin, it is my honor to present the graduates with the degrees of Bachelor of Arts, Bachelor of Business Administration, and Bachelor of Science following the spring and fall 2020 terms. Degrees were conferred to these graduates during the virtual commencement in May of 2020, and we are pleased to welcome them back to Millsaps today for this special ceremony.
By the authority vested in me by the Board of Trustees and with the support of the faculty, I'm proud to welcome each of you back to Millsaps as graduates and to honor the work you have accomplished as students and the work you will accomplish in the years ahead. Congratulations. Please be seated. There he is. Okay.
Jeffrey Scott Brunei.
Adam James Birkin.
Jonathan Dent Brandon.
Erica Marie Bennett with honors in religious studies.
Fadrish Balaji.
Asia Vanche Allen.
Imani Raquel Adams.
Sehu Sanuse Sise, cum laude.
Matthew G.
Mary Adeline Fraser.
Riley Lauren Faubert.
Garner Fincher, cum laude.
Reed Michael Evans.
Christian Brian Dice.
James Duncan.
Charles Wayne Dowdy, summa cum laude.
Kinsalar Ashadier Berge with honors in sociology.
Edward Stone Dougherty II.
Bonnie Ray Dorman.
Lily Claire Dorian.
John Dale Dykeman II.
Maggie Keller Dabity.
Dylan Wade Cross.
Miller James Cochran.
Courtney Danae Cleveland.
Andrew Thomas Cassidy, summa cum laude.
Edward Simonton Butler III.
Derek Lamont Burt II.
Marissa Trinae Brown, cum laude.
Kaylee Elizabeth Ness with honors in biochemistry.
Eleanor Summers Pickrell.
Roger Victor Michoud, summa cum laude.
Jacob Patrick Niehaus, cum laude.
Alfie John Miller, cum laude.
Gabriella Alexis Moore, magna cum laude.
Alan Shao Merkel.
Whitney Page McKee, summa cum laude.
Mills Slaughter McClendon, cum laude.
Kelly Janine May.
Taylor Alexa Crone.
Margaret Ann Kimball.
Brett Thomas Judd.
Alvin Ray Joseph.
Avery Catherine Jones.
Harrison Clark Hicks, summa cum laude.
Tyler Allen Hayes, cum laude.
Carolyn Rose Gilbo, magna cum laude.
Beth Ann Hawkins, summa cum laude with honors in psychology.
Jocelyn Lisette Green.
Jeffrey David Vickers.
Stephen Caleb Russell.
Devika Samarajan Paniker, magna cum laude.
Tanner Niven Wheat.
Natalie Adele Toops, cum laude.
Edward Elton Tenori.
Gabriela Alessandra Thurber.
Owen Michael Thompson.
Clayton Carnell Thirdkill Jr.
Anna Rhodes Wilson, magna cum laude.
Taylor Odom Sullivan.
Brandon George Stockerell.
Jonathan Starr Springer, cum laude.
Laurel Ashley Stringer, with honors in applied mathematics.
Gabriel Jordan Rice.
Owen Alexander Stovall.
Genesis Marissa Rennell with honors in history.
Marley Hope Stewart.
Lo Phillips.
Daniela Sandoval Reynolds, cum laude.
Lanfu Yang, cum laude.
Tanaya Judea Bridges, magna cum laude.
Tejaswi Golapudi, magna cum laude.
Este Rose Ladner.
Will the candidates for graduation with bachelor's degrees following the 2021 term, the spring 2021 term, please rise as able? Bachelor's degrees for the spring of 2021. President Perigin, it is my honor to present the candidates for the degrees of Bachelor of Arts, Bachelor of Business Administration, and Bachelor of Science following the spring 2021 term. These students have completed the prescribed course of study, have passed the required examinations, and are presented to you with the recommendation of the faculty for the conferring of the appropriate degrees.
By the authority vested in me by the Board of Trustees and with the recommendation of the faculty, I confer upon each of you the degrees as may be appropriate and declare that you are entitled to all rights, privileges, and amenities pertaining thereunto. Congratulations. Please be seated.
Mason George Boudreau.
Laban Grant Blakeney.
James Anthony Bell III, cum laude.
Marnisha Lachey Atkins.
Chloe Michaela Adkins.
Summer Cheyenne Abels.
Dia DeAngelique Fortenberry.
Close enough. John Ryan Irwin.
Olivia Frances Edwards, magna cum laude, with honors in economics.
Derek Joseph Dupuis.
Beth Boswell Dowdy, summa cum laude, with honors in anthropology.
Nancy Nung Doan.
Essence Lene Davis.
Micah Renee Danos, magna cum laude.
Shelby Alexandra Connerly.
Noelle Josephine Coates.
Chandler Reese Clark.
Mark Hardy Clark.
Emma Gabrielle Cavanaro, cum laude, with honors in government and politics.
Justin Michael Cantrell.
John Andrew Bird, cum laude.
Drew Henry Burnett.
Cecilia Victorin Bruce.
Sophia Marie Bruyette.
Avery Samuel Brock.
John Wayne Bourgeois.
William Jeffrey Huff.
Ainsley Elizabeth Emel, magna cum laude.
Kai Akina Horn.
Andrew Scott Hopkins, magna cum laude.
Jordan Lewis Hooks.
Lauren Marie Hill.
Dylan James Higgins.
Emily Grace Herring, magna cum laude.
Dakota Jeremiah Henderson.
Connor Joseph Haynes, summa cum laude.
Haley Isabella Green.
Heather Laree Himbry, magna cum laude.
Nicholas Kai Hayes, magna cum laude.
Therese Marquise Grant.
Olivia Grace Gaskins, cum laude.
Fletcher Smith Freeman.
Robert Lofton Gray III.
Preston James Farley.
Trevor Hughes Galicki, magna cum laude.
Turner Olson Martin, summa cum laude.
Mackenzie Carol Moffett.
Mikhail Joseph Massey.
Malik Gabrielle Marshall.
Anne Marie Lofton, magna cum laude with honors in mathematics.
Jordan Ashley Leapery, magna cum laude.
Joseph Colby Leary, cum laude.
Taylor Lachelle Manning, magna cum laude.
Brittany Camille Lewis, cum laude.
Kieva Tajani Lampley.
Ami Del Rio Leachman.
Lauren Marie Ladner with honors in music.
Haley Page Knudsen.
Ruth Evelyn Wynn Kirkland.
Jada Lene Key.
Cameron Hope Ketchum.
James Andrew Kelly.
Jessica Morgan Jenkins, summa cum laude.
Like the French. Thomas Ashton Roy Johnson.
Layla Muhammad Ali Jamila, cum laude.
Brenna Caitlin McNamara, cum laude.
Parth Rajendra Patel, cum laude.
Lindsay Madison Osborne, summa cum laude.
Jeffrey Keaton Page.
No middle name. Christian Okorji Jr., cum laude.
Rudolph Tyson Nugent, magna cum laude.
Leslie Hannah Norris, summa cum laude.
William Dale Neely.
Raina Nicole Murphy.
Gavisha Mugan, summa cum laude.
Rudolph Moulin.
Morgan Rebecca Moss.
Selena Jean Morrison.
Jenna Lee Mitchell, magna cum laude.
Joshua Eric Miller, cum laude.
Brenna Amani Michael.
Roan Cyprian Miche, summa cum laude.
Jacob Scott McReynolds.
Brian Kevin McGowan, Jr.
Maddie Grace McCurdy.
Elisa Lauren McCarran, cum laude.
Lauren Bailey Singleton, cum laude, with honors in creative writing.
Brittany Marie Silver.
McGill Silva.
Bella Marie Shields, cum laude.
Jordan Alexandria Shepler.
Hunter Joseph Sellen.
Betsy Bevel Schoenberger.
Jillian Lucia Evelyn Sandoz, summa cum laude.
Samuel Vincent Sy.
Austin William Russell.
Olivia Courtney Rule, magna cum laude.
Preston Brooks Rogers.
Macy Elizabeth Richardson.
Nathaniel Grayson Pyle, cum laude, with honors in creative writing.
Christian Collins Roberts, cum laude.
Lily Helen Rose Pudlick, cum laude.
Liliana Marie Ramirez.
Redmond Scott Poe.
Evan O'Dwyer O'Shea.
Priya Baldev Patel, summa cum laude.
Kira Chantel Williams.
Carly Marie Williams.
Julia Adair Wicker.
Jack William Welsh, cum laude.
William Gray Welsh.
Charles Fritz Walker III.
Liam Edward Vincifora.
Shasha Vingasai.
Emmanuel Diaz Vasquez.
Blake Chaz Turner.
Carly Nicole Tremarchi.
Kelsey Lane Toops, cum laude.
Anna Noel Thigpen.
Abigail Jean Tu, summa cum laude.
Madeline Jewel Talafera.
Salitra Miadon Silv.
Rachel Deanne Switzer, summa cum laude with honors in English.
Anne Aline Summerhays.
Sharon Elizabeth Suffern, summa cum laude.
Lindsay Meredith Stringer, magna cum laude.
Brady Rogers King.
Landon Christian Mears.
William Kyle Winters.
Lacey Maya Winfield, cum laude with honors in anthropology.
Landon James Earl Wimberly.
Shelby Grace Wilson.
Will the candidates with bachelor's degrees following the summer 2021 term please rise? President Perigin, it is my honor to present the candidates for the degrees of Bachelor of Arts and Bachelor of Business Administration following the summer term. When these students have completed their work, they will meet the requirements prescribed for their degrees, and they are recommended to you by the faculty of the college for the conferring of the appropriate degrees at that time.
By the authority vested in me by the Board of Trustees and with the recommendation of the faculty, I confer upon each of you the degree as may be appropriate upon the completion of the remaining requirements and declare that you will be entitled to all the rights, privileges, and amenities pertaining thereto.
Matthew James Reed.
Alicia Queen Porter.
Joel D. Myers.
Candace Dupree McKenzie.
Amarlin Biascalan.
Reuben Leonard Hammond.
Will the graduates with degrees of Master of Business Administration and Master of Accountancy following the spring and fall 2020 terms please rise as able? Let's try that again. Will the graduates with degrees of Master of Business Administration and Master of Accountancy following the spring and fall 2020 terms please rise as able? Okay. President Perigin, it is my honor to present the graduates with the degree of Master of Business Administration and Master of Accountancy following the spring and fall 2020 terms. Degrees were conferred to these graduates during the virtual commencement in May of 2020, and we are pleased to welcome them back to Millsaps today for this special ceremony.
Wherever you are, by the authority vested in me by the Board of Trustees and with the support of the faculty, I'm proud to welcome each of you back to Millsaps to graduate and to honor the work you have accomplished and will do going forth. Thank you very much.
Loden, Blake, Porter, Snell.
Congratulations. Thank you. All right, there's more than one this time. Will the candidates for the degrees of Master of Business Administration and Master of Accountancy following the spring 2021 term please rise? President Perigin, it is my honor to present the candidates for the degrees of Master of Business Administration and Master of Accountancy. These students have completed the prescribed course of study, have passed the required examinations, and are presented to you with the recommendation of the faculty for the conferring of the appropriate degrees.
By the authority vested in me by the Board of Trustees and with the support of the faculty, I confer upon each of you the degree as may be appropriate and declare that you are entitled to all rights, privileges, and amenities pertaining thereunto. Congratulations.
Jonathan Dent Brandon.
Riley Lauren Faubert.
John Dale Dykeman.
Maggie Keller Dobbity.
Alfie John Miller.
Alan Shaw Merkel.
Again. Caroline Rose Guilbeault.
Taylor Odom Sullivan.
Jonathan Starr Springer.
Dwight Glenn Terry.
Gabriel Jordan Rice.
Will the candidates for the degrees of Master of Business Administration and Master of Accountancy following the summer term please rise? President Perigin, it is my honor to present the candidates for the degrees of Master of Business Administration and Master of Accountancy following the summer term. When these students have completed their work, they will meet the requirements prescribed for their degrees, and they are recommended to you by the faculty of the college for the conferring of the appropriate degrees at that time.
By the authority vested in me by the Board of Trustees and with the recommendation of the faculty, I confer upon each of you the degree as may be appropriate upon the completion of the remaining requirements, and declare that you will be entitled to all the rights, privileges, and amenities pertaining thereunto.
Tanner Niven Wheat.
Edward Elton Tenore.
Owen Michael Thompson.
Will the executive candidates for the degree of Master of Business Administration following the 2021 spring term please rise? President Perigin, it is my honor to present the executive candidates for the degree of Master of Business Administration. These students have completed the prescribed course of study, have passed the required examinations, and are presented to you with the recommendation of the faculty for the conferring of the appropriate degrees.
And by the authority vested to me by the Board of Trustees and with the recommendation of the faculty, I confer upon each of you the degree of Master of Business Administration and declare that you are entitled to all rights, privileges, and amenities thereunto.
Patrick Alexander Turberville.
Kelly Dwayne Taylor.
Irma Louise Robinson Cook.
Kathy Linnell Northington.
Raquel Dilamonte Ingram.
Letitia Orchere Darko.
James Albert Hurt III.
Harold Purnell Hart.
David Howard Grayson.
Lauren Sidney Ford.
Jacob Reese Dykes.
It's been quite a journey. To be honest with you, I had my doubts in the last couple of weeks whether this day would ever arrive. This day and our students' accomplishments are made more special by the obstacles and challenges you have overcome. You are all to be commended and congratulated for your momentous achievements. Let's give all the graduates from the class of 2020 and 21 a rousing round of applause. It is now my pleasure to introduce to you Robika Malroy, class of 2003 and president of the Millsaps College Alumni Association.
Greetings to the class of 2020 and 2021. Wow, what a couple of years it has been. I have really missed being on campus. I'm used to coming at least twice a month, participating in traditions, talking with SBA, Greek life, first-year students and faculty. Trust me when I say it's been hard for me to stay away. Although I haven't been able to be here physically, please know that I've been thinking about you and walking your path with you in spirit. I want to first speak to the class of 2020. Last year, I spoke to you through a screen. I let you know that it was okay to be disappointed and grieve that you didn't get to have a traditional graduation. I also asked you to reflect on the relationships you created while at Millsaps. Hopefully, as you look back a year later, these relationships are even stronger because you have been through something together. There were times it wasn't easy, but you had and will always have each other. I'm so happy many of you are here with us now. You deserve this celebration. To the class of 2021, as a general rule, we've always been taught that it's kind to share, so thank you for sharing the spotlight with the class of 2020. I'm so excited for the journey ahead of you, and same goes for you. You did not have an entirely normal year by any means. This journey is one that many of you will take. You may move away, stay here, go to grad school, take a year off, travel, or enter a new job right away. Whatever the case may be, know who you are. To both classes, know that you are a Millsaps graduate and what that means. It means that you value education. You are constantly trying to learn and understand all sides of the narrative. You think on a different level, creatively, logically, beautifully. This connects all alumni together. Let me be the first to welcome you to the Millsaps alumni community. No matter your post-graduation plans, Millsaps alumni have gone before you and are ready to assist you. Let me encourage you to find alumni connections wherever you go. Every time I pass by Millsaps or am with my Millsaps people who are family, I feel that shared experience. Even if I meet someone for the first time who is a Millsaps alum from a class years before or after, there is a recognition that we have a shared experience. Even though after today you will no longer live or study together within Millsaps walls, you are forever connected to this place you called home. Forever connected to this place that has pushed you, even while nurturing you. Forever connected to this place where you have met people who will be with you the rest of your lives. Remember your professors who have been there. You may not have always understood their methods, but trust me, what they have taught you will stick with you. Millsaps has asked a lot of you academically, in leadership, and in service. You and your families have made a sacrifice for you to be here, and this investment will pay off in dividends for generations. As you embark on new endeavors, your continued investment of talent, energy, and resources in this institution will continue to serve you and your fellow classmates, and generations of students who will follow you as alumni. We as alumni are here for you. Don't hesitate to reach out to our alumni office. You will find the hardest working people there who are ready to help you make connections. Though I will no longer be the president of the alumni board, I look forward to still serving on the board and being there for you. Following the alma mater and the benediction, the platform party and the faculty will recess. After the recessional, I will lead you in the traditional tossing of the caps as one final note of celebration. The tossing of the caps will signify the closing of our ceremonies. Now please stand as able for the singing of the alma mater, led by Lauren Ladner. The words are printed on the back of the program. Please remain standing for the benediction.
And now as we depart from this place, may divine wisdom be in your heads and in your knowing. May gracious gratitude and grace fill your eyes and your looking, your mouths and your speaking, your ears and your hearing. And may the resiliency of spirit continue to guard your hearts from this day and forevermore. Amen.
Can't hear me. Dr. Capps, congratulations.